है ना वो सर्टिफिकेट वाला।
Hello and good morning, all, ladies and gentlemen. I request all of you. Sorry, I, Aisha Tripathi, take immense pleasure to welcome you all to the closing ceremony of the summer internship and Madhya Pradesh Police. We deem it a privilege to have an experience so exploratory. The award ceremony for this internship is, after all, a much awaited day of the student's life as it returns the effort of their entire hard work they put in. And it is steeped with a sense of achievement and fulfillment. And most importantly, it makes them work harder to build a successful career ahead. Today is a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of an educational experience and the commencement of another part of a student's quest for a better life and future. Truly, today signifies the culmination of many weeks of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Now, I request Dr. Praveen Lalwani to brief us about the 45-day internship offered by the Madhya Pradesh Police.
First of all, this is good morning to one and all. And this is, first of all, I would like to welcome Dr. Abhay sir. That's a pleasure for us to joining in this ceremony. This is the journey is begin with discussion with the MP police and contacted with Mr. Gupta sir. And afterwards, he tell us what is the thought, what's the thoughts is going in his mind, like that what he wanted to do, like what's the way in which we wanted to follow, like. And he said we have to go by parts to we have to divide whole app in certain parts, by the help of which we can combine all the parts and build one app that helps the MP police. So we thought that our college students are best because we have one branch in that they can develop an app and by the help of which they can help the MP police. So this is a joint venture between the MP police and our college students. And finally, they build an app which helps the common people as well as the MP police. And Mr. Gupta sir help in that regard, and he is also guided in various ways where all our students are weak. So he helped in certain ways how to build the app, what's the procedure, like how to build, file the FIRs and all that, because our students are unaware about the MP police system, and he has make us aware about the MP police system, by the help of which we have successfully built the app. So this is a journey, and finally we have come to on this journey towards end by building successfully one app. Now I would like to invite our dean sir to enlighten this ceremony with few words. Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen. Good morning, all. Respected Special DGP Police, Mr. Maithili Saran Gupta sir, Dr. Abhay Jere sir, the Chief Innovation Officer at MHRD, Dr. Shishir Shandilia, the Division Head for Cybersecurity and Digital Forensic, Dr. Praveen Lalwani, the Coordinator for our internship program. I welcome all of you, and also the number of participants who are joined through online and watching us live. It has been a great journey for last 2-3 months, particularly during this pandemic when the situation is so gloomy, things are not moving in the way it should have been. At that point, a student, a budding engineer looking for an exposure in the real life scenario where he can develop and showcase his learning and realize the importance of technology and engineering solutions in day-to-day life was difficult, and we were in a fix to look for companies who can help us for internship. I really thank Mr. Gupta for coming up with this idea and helping us for the internship. And for a cybersecurity student, a cyber policing or work on the real, cyber policing projects itself was quite a blessing. And I hope that pandemic actually made it as a bigger level because they could interact with Gupta sir. I hope Gupta sir in the normal scenario would have been more busy because of the pandemic. He could give us a lot of time. And the good thing about this intensive, which I found, generally a group of students work on a smaller problem, and they are not able to realize the larger picture. With Gupta sir, the interactions which I have seen, I have witnessed through online, or I have been told about the discussion by my colleagues. I realized that Gupta sir has a larger vision, and he makes sure that everybody, how tiny or small project he is working with, but still he is enlightened or aware of the complete vision, and that makes the holistic, development with the student. Like means I may be working on a single sub problem, but if I know the larger picture I am working and part of, that gives me a larger sense of achievement, greater sense of achievement. Number one. Number two, it also helps me to look beyond my work. I will be able to scale my work in the larger scenario, and that is the best thing I found with Gupta sir. And I again wholeheartedly thank MP Police for extending this help and helping our student to learn, to grow. And as sir has said in the opening remarks, on a personal note, that we can think of going ahead with kind of innovation, and whatever that this little the student have done, they can build it on it and make it a product level. And why not? On a long run, they can have the startup, and that will actually make the slogan Atmanirbhar India a realization. So I thank all of you for finding time to join us for this meeting, as well as I thank specifically Gupta sir and the MP Police for giving VIT Bhopal student the opportunity to work alongside with him. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen and Dr. Manas. Today with us, we have a very special guest, the Chief Innovation Officer, MHRD, Dr. Abhay J. Sir, we're very glad to have you with us. I request you, sir, to kindly give the students and viewers a few words of inspiration on how essential it is to work for your career.
Thank you very much. First, I would really like to thank VIT for inviting me here, especially the Bhopal campus. But more importantly, I'm extremely glad that we have with us Sri Maithili Sharan Gupta ji. Couple of days back, he called me and he told me, Abhay, you need to attend and you have to join our program. And for me, it was like a Adesh. If Maithili Sharan sir is telling me that you have to do it, means I have to just do it. I don't have any options. So, sir, because the reason for this respect or immense respect which I have for him is because I have seen very few IPS officers who are so much passionate about students, about technology, about promoting innovation, entrepreneurship amongst them. Many of the other IPS officers or even bureaucrats, IAS officers, they are into their daily routine, daily rat. But here is an officer which is ready to think out of box. Here is an officer who is beyond his duties, wants to go ahead and do something for our youngsters, looking at a bigger picture. He is talking about crime-free Bharat. He is talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, how we can link these two initiatives together. And the vision he is trying to present is extremely comprehensive. So I said to him, even before we went live, to sir, that the most exciting thing about getting associated with him is that he is thinking of a much bigger picture, much larger picture. He's thinking big, which is currently missing in large number of our other compatriots or our youngsters also, or our faculty members also. And one of the most important thing, if we want to achieve this Atmanirbhar Bharat or crime-free Bharat, which we are talking about, is how we can become really self-reliant by thinking big. We not only need to provide solutions for this country only, we have to go beyond this country. We have to evolve as innovation ideation hub for the world, and we need to generate ideas which can actually not only influence our country, but we can create global impact. So this is extremely critical. And for that, if you really wish to achieve, is we need to actually ensure that we are trained to think big. And that's what Maithili Sharan Gupta ji is doing. And that's the reason I am very, very important. I am very happy to be part of this initiative. Because idea generation, if you really look at, is not where we are really excelling well. I will give you some statistics. If you really look at last year's patent data, Indian data from Indian Patent Office, you will see China filing more than 13 lakh patents in India. You have US companies and US individuals filing more than 6.5 lakh patents in India. But if you really look at Indian filing patent in India, is somewhere about 47,000. And out of which about 68-69% is coming from our NRIs. So non-residential Indians. So it's not a very healthy sign. And when Maithili Sharanji was talking about that through this internship program, you have to do your research project, or you have to publish your work, or you have to explore whether some of the ideas which you have generated are patent, or whether they are patentable or not. I really liked that vision, and I'm very, very sure that VIT Bhopal, Dean sir is extremely capable of taking some of these things forward, and we will in due course of time, we will able to see large number of patents coming from our various educational institutions. Because if we have to ensure that we jump from 47,000 to 5 lakhs or 2 lakhs, or eventually we have to attain 13 lakh or more than that, because China is currently there, we need to ensure that large number of ideas actually emerge from our educational institutes. And VIT is one of the best educational campuses in private organizations in this country. Last year, VIT actually got on ARIA ranking one of the most innovative institutes in the country. Your Vellore campus. It was not your Bhopal campus, but your Vellore campus. And Bhopal campus is in that sense a new campus. So certainly you can learn a lot of best practices from Vellore campus, and even go beyond those and try to emerge as a much better organization. But what I believe is that the culture in VIT is there. So we should able to set right kind of examples for even other private institutions to emerge. The second thing, which is very, very critical, which all youngsters should remember, is the problem-solving ability. Again, about 6 months back, we did a study with Stanford University, where we compared Indian engineers with engineers from China and engineers from Russia. And what we found was that Indian engineers are very good in theory, but when it comes to real problem solving, they are far below par as compared to Chinese engineers and Russian engineers. So the starting point, when the student actually gets into engineering, the level was far, far below par. But eventually, they make it, or they cover some of that gap. But at the end, our engineers are not as good as Chinese or Russian engineers when it comes to problem solving. And problem solving is one of the most important attribute if you really want to be successful in this life. I once was talking to Madhuri Kanitkar. She is a 3-star general, only third lady in Indian Armed Forces history to become a 3-star general. She is basically a pediatrician, but she gave a very interesting mantra which I would like to share with you all. So she said, when we were young and we used to travel a lot, if we are driving, we used to get lost. And then if you have to find that place or location, we used to stop our car or our scooter and ask a person that on the street that how we can go this place or that place, or we have to ask the address. But now she said everyone is equipped with GPS, everyone is equipped with maps. But when we come to map, she said one is the digital GPS map which we are talking about, but person should also have another map with them, especially the youngsters who wants to excel in their life. And when she said map, she meant M in map for mentor, A for attitude, and P for passion. So these things are very, very critical if you want to actually emerge as problem solvers. You should have a mentor, a really good mentor. We have here people like Maithili Sharan Gupta ji or his staff, because even his junior staff must have been helping you all a lot. So we should have a mentor. And many times what happens is that when we think of mentor, or we think of role model, we think of APJ Abdul Kalam, or we think of George Bernard Shaw, or Narendra Modi, or someone and so on. They could be good role models, certainly, but mentor is a person to whom we should be able to approach. He should be in flesh and blood with you, So if you have a problem at 2 o'clock at night, you should be able to go to him and ask him, sir, how should I handle this problem? So you require someone who has achieved well, but very close to you as a mentor. So that is extremely critical. Second is A, attitude. So if your attitude is not right, then you are bound to fail. This is even I tell it to my son. Sometimes very lazy, doing nahi, kal kare so, parso kare so tarso. He's in that mode many times. So I'm telling you, boss, this is not going to help you. Your attitude has to be extremely right. It has to be extremely positive. Because when we are hiring people, before joining MHRD, I used to work for a company called as Persistent Systems. I used to head R&D for Persistent Systems. And when I used to hire a person, I used to only look for these two characters. One is problem solving and second is attitude. अगर उसको कुछ आता नहीं है, कम भी आता होगा थोड़ा सा. So we felt that we can certainly teach him if he is ready to learn, if he has a right kind of approach towards life. So this attitude becomes extremely critical. And third is passion. That you should be passionate about what you want to do or the problem you want to solve. If you're not passionate about what you want to do, then there is no really, what we can say, a good life for you as future. There has to be a passion if you want to really move ahead in your life. If you want to really think big, there has to be passion. For example, I will tell you, large number of, when I was R&D head, large number of youngsters would come to me and sir said that we are interested in doing masters, we are interested in doing PhD, because I am also recognized guide in Pune University. So people used to come to me, or youngsters used to come to me asking that we are keen on doing our projects and can you give us a project? So I used to tell these youngsters that who wants to do PhD or masters? You want to do PhD or masters. So if you want to do PhD or if you want to do masters, then you have to come up with your own problem statement. How can I give you a problem statement which you will be passionate about? For example, if you want to solve a problem of cancer, you can certainly go ahead and solve problem of cancer, but you should be passionate about it. I cannot tell you that be passionate about solving cancer problem. So these things are extremely critical when we are talking about some of the aspects. Okay, so this map, MAP, mentor, aptitude, attitude, and passion, are very, very critical for each and every youngster if you want to excel in your life. The third thing which you will actually would if you can do that, that will be great, is ability to think big. Sometimes we think extremely incremental, and I will tell you what I learned after actually. So I will be very honest with you all, I was not very capable of thinking big, maybe 5 years down the line or 7 years down the line. Okay, I also used to think incremental. But when I came in contact with Dr. Anand Deshpande, who is the founder of Persistent System, chairman founder of Persistent System, in multiple discussions we had over a period of 3 years, 5 years, he always insisted that Abhay, you should think big. And whenever we were doing some discussions, he used to give examples of what big thinking will be. And that gave me a vision that, yes, if you have to think big, you have to think on these terms. And I will give you a very good example, or one or two good examples, which actually says how you can think big. When in 2015, government of India announced that they will be approaching large number of cities for smart city proposal, because this smart city thing was going on, and government was keen on ensuring that cities compete and come up with very, very unique proposals for the smart city. So Pune Municipal Commissioner Shri Kunal Kumar ji came to me, and we were discussing that what different we can do, which other cities are not doing, and so that our proposal becomes unique and we have a chance. So at that time, we felt that we should do something like a hackathon. None of the cities before that had done hackathon. So we said, let's do Digital Pune Hackathon. And we will get into a completely different model. So what we did was that we went to Pune Municipal Corporation. They gave us 5 problem statements. We went to Pune Police, Maharashtra Police, but Pune section of Maharashtra Police. We went to them. Then Pune Municipal Transport, we went to them. Then Pune Development Authority. And each one of them gave us 5 problem statements, and we got about 20 to 23 problem statements. So we challenged our youngsters with those problem statements. And the results which we got from that hackathon were so phenomenal that it actually opened our eyes that what our youngsters are capable of doing. But then that hackathon happened, we created that proposal. One of the differentiators for the proposal was our hackathon, when it actually, and Pune was stood second in that entire list for best of proposals. But then when I was thinking that, yes, this idea is potential, what can we do about it? So I went to approached Maharashtra government, but because of elections and those kind of things, that couldn't materialize. But then opportunity came, and I happened to speak with Mr. Prakash Javadekar, who was at that time Honorable MHRD Minister, or Minister for Human Resource Development. And he said, Abhay, you have done a pilot on Pune. Can you actually replicate it across India? So when we did our Smart Pune, Digital Pune Hackathon, we had somewhere around 35-40 institute participating. And then suddenly he gave me a challenge where I have to now design a model where we will have more than 5,000 institutions participating. So it's something very, the scale was really scary. But we worked on it. So he said, if you cannot think of that model, please don't come to me, because I will not able to do anything on a very regional level in some city or in town or in state. I am not interested. If you are if you want to do at a pan India scale, then I am interested. So we said, okay, I worked for it for about 15, 20 days, tried putting that model together. And now you must be aware that Smart India Hackathon, which we conceptualized, has become world's biggest open innovation model. So if you can think big, or if you are pushed to think big, you can actually think big. So when we did the Smart India Hackathon, we felt that, okay, through hackathons, we are solving problems which don't really require rocket science kind of solutions. But now, can we do something and actually try using a similar model to solve a real complex problem, to solve a real scientific challenge? And at that time, we conceptualized one project called as Project Manav, where we said we will use our biologist, our pharmacist, our chemist, our zoologist, our microbiologist, who are studying, doing their BSc, MScs, PhDs, to read papers, research papers, which are published on human body, and whether we can come up with a comprehensive map of human body, like a Google. Okay? So linking micro level information to micro level information. So if we can do that, because the demographic dividend, the scientific demographic dividend which we have, no other country has, which can read English. So if we can train these students to read scientific literature in a very proper fashion, then we will able to extract that information, link that information in a very systematic fashion, and whether we can create this map of human body. So I just SMS'd this concept. Believe me, I just SMS'd this concept to then DBT secretary, Dr. Vijay Raghavan. And within a day, I got a message from his, Abhay, start working on a comprehensive proposal. And eventually that proposal, we developed that proposal. DBT has funded that proposal. Persistent is investing as one of the co-investors, because it's a public-private partnership. And now we have started working on this Project Manav. So if you see, we have a Manav website. We have now started putting processes and platforms together so that we can extract the creativity, extract knowledge from our youngsters to create this most intricate map of human body. So what I wanted to say is that if we can think big, then sky is the limit. We can generate ideas which have global relevance. Now, India is the only country which organizes hackathon as a national initiative. There is no other country. And now, Prime Minister has started using this as a diplomatic tool. And large number of countries have started responding very positively towards it. So our Honorable Prime Minister tried using this as a hackathon as a tool for diplomacy. So a couple of years back, he met Prime Minister of Singapore, and he suggested that whether we can do India-Singapore hackathon. And Prime Minister of Singapore latched onto that idea. So we had 2 editions of India-Singapore hackathon. So Prime Minister was also testing it, and Prime Minister liked it so much that now he has proposed hackathon, joint hackathon, India joint hackathons with ASEAN countries. So all 11 ASEAN countries. So we are currently working on ASEAN countries for hackathon. Then he has suggested India-Portugal hackathon. So he spoke to President of Portugal, and they have accepted it. Then hackathon with BRIC nations is also on card, and hackathon with BIMSTEC countries is also on card. So now we have started, nobody has used hackathon as a tool for engaging with youngsters of the country, of the other country, And that's what now our Prime Minister is trying, and we are trying to do some of these initiatives. Then, while doing this COVID crisis, Prime Minister felt that the drug discovery, which is for against COVID, anti-COVID drugs, is not so great in this country. So he said, can you explore the possibility of using grand challenge mode or hackathon mode to, what we can say, to promote youngsters, to inspire youngsters to work on drug discovery? And currently I'm working now very closely with our principal scientific advisor, Dr. Vijay Raghavan, who is the biggest science boss in this country, on drug discovery hackathon. And we hope to launch this drug discovery hackathon early next week, where again, we want chemists, we want biologists, we want computer science youngsters to collaborate and explore whether we can actually do in silico drug discovery for identifying anti-COVID drugs. So some of these things are extremely interesting initiatives. And these initiatives are only possible if you are ready to think out of box, if you are ready to think big. So as Maithili Saras was saying, that you should now take these projects, internship projects, forward and explore whether you can create a venture out of these projects. Explore whether you can actually patent some of the technologies. You can put it open source, you can make it commercialized. That is your viewpoint on how you want to take them forward. But please ensure that the idea which you have started working on is logically taking forward. Because now India has ecosystem which can help you take ideas forward. We have more than 450 incubators in this country. More than 450 incubators, which have all the wherewithal to support new ideas, to support startups, to support new businesses. And even money is also there. I don't know how many of you will be aware, but if you really look at your story report, which was published about 3 months back, they looked at or they studied the amount of what we can funding generated by our startups in from 1st of January to 30th of September. So in 9 months, Indian startup raised more than $7.4 billion. When we are talking about $7.4 billion, it means Indian startup have raised more than 50,000 crores. Huge money in just 9 months. If you look at the data from 2014, when the movement started till date, the data shows that Indian startups have raised more than $104 billion. It's huge. We have more than 30,000 startups. We are the third country to have largest number of startups. First is China, second is US, and third is India. The number of startups in India are more than startups in Israel and all startups in Europe put together. So this is a very, very heartening thing. The ecosystem is now very, very robust. What we really need to ensure is that we have great ideas. Because if you start drilling deep into the data which is published, maybe by your story or maybe by various other government reports, you will see that majority of the startups are either e-commerce startups or logistics startups, which have become unicorns. We have 23 unicorns. But hardly one or two of them are really deep tech startups, where there is immense technology which people have used, which are disruptive startups which can have global relevance. Another part is we have, as I said, 450 incubators, but maybe more than 50% incubators are 50% empty. Means what? They are underutilized by more than 50%. So there is enough space out there in these incubators. So what we really now require is great pipeline of ideas. And that can only come from the projects like what you are doing, by engaging with police, by engaging with home department, by engaging with the defense department, because they will tell you which problems to solve. I will tell you a very good example. And when I started working on the Smart India Hackathon, it was such a learning experience for me. Because when I started talking to these various departments, I realized the kind of challenges which they are throwing are phenomenal. It's very difficult for many of the professors in our colleges to even think of them. I will give you one very interesting challenge. I can give you 100 such examples, but I will quote just one, which will help you understand what I'm trying to say. So I was talking to Department of Defense Production, and they said that as per the policy, our internet and our intranet are separate, and we are not allowed to break the air gap. Means what? The computers which are connected to internet are not allowed to connect to intranet. Now because we get a lot of attacks from foreign countries, from China, from Pakistan, cyber attacks are happening. So we have to ensure that that air gap is there. And to maintain that air gap, they're not even allowed to use pen drives. They cannot transfer files, because again, that becomes a problem. So usually they said all our emails and all our documents which come by email come to our internet computers, or computers connected to our internet. Now, if you want to transfer that file from internet computer to an intranet computer, it becomes a huge headache, because we are not allowed to use Bluetooth, we are not allowed to use pen drives, we are not allowed to do any transferring devices which can connect. So sometimes we have to take a printout, do an OCR, and then upload it on our intranet computer, or we have to sit actually and type the document. Can you come up with some kind of a policy, or some kind of a tool, or some kind of a technology which will help just transfer our files from internet computer to intranet computer? A fantastic problem to solve. Ministry of Airport Authority of India told us that if you see, we travel by air a lot, but many times the congestion which happens at the airport, means airspace congestion which happens, we don't know how to handle it many times, and the tools are not so great. So can you help us build tools or algorithms, come up with new algorithms based on machine learning or artificial intelligence, which will help us handle our airspace in much better fashion? BARC gave a different problem statement. ISRO gave a lot of problem statements related to cyber security, encryption. Even Ministry of External Affairs was struggling with cyber attacks and encryption. So, extremely interesting problems to solve. But many times, we are, as a students, are very keen on solving. But the government department, which is associated, has sometimes their own priorities, and they get busy with many other things. But now you have with you this MP Police Department working extremely actively, actually pushing you a lot in every possible way to come up with innovative solutions. So you should take this golden opportunity and actually create a public-private partnership model for innovation, which you can showcase to other states, and then it will compel other states to replicate this model and initiate such kind of engagements even in future. So I wish you great luck to all our youngsters who have done this internships with MP Police, and I really pray, or I really wish, hope that you will come up with some good patents, some good startups, and eventually you will actually create ventures which will have national as well as global impact. So thank you very much for listening to me very patiently. I am really again thankful to VIT Bhopal for giving me this opportunity, and Gupta sir for encouraging as always. So if you want, I can take some questions.
Ayushi, are you there?
Thank you so much, sir. We really got some great takeaways from you. And about the Smart India Hackathon, I was myself a part of it, and it was such an amazing learning experience. Thank you, sir. Moving on, the interns have always proved to show us that they aren't just about the technicalities, they are pretty creative too. They have worked on creating a magazine, which I request Dr. Praveen to introduce. Dr. Praveen? I'm guessing he is not available right now. Anyway, so we'll move on. This internship has taught everyone a
Hello.
lot. Oh, sir is here. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Could you please brief about the
Actually,
magazine?
little bit because of the network problem, I am unable to speak. No problem. So now I would like to say, because as we wanted to summarize all the project, that's why also we have created one magazine also. That is the joint magazine between VIT Bhopal and MP Police. Now I would like I am going to demonstrate the demonstrate the pictorial view of the magazine, right? So I'm going to share my screen.
Sir, there must be option of sharing screen in the bottom.
Yeah, there is some screen sharing option is there,
Yes, sir.
and share screen is there.
Yes, sir.
Now my screen is visible.
Not till yet, sir.
Okay, no problem. So I will share this screen personally in group, no problem at all. So one magazine also we have created, and as
Sir.
well as I would like to thank Dr.
No,
Abhay.
I have shared the screen. Is it visible?
Yeah, sir, it is visible. Yeah, sir, it is visible. This is a magazine. This is created by MP Police as well as some of the students of VIT Bhopal. By the help of which, what we can do, we can summarize all the projects and we can see how the work is proceed from one group to other group, as well as what is the combined, what is the outcome of all the projects. And so this is a short magazine I would like to share. And thanks for the student team who has created this magazine, as well as the I would like to also thanks to Dean sir and division of head of cyber security who helped us to create this magazine. Next, I would like to say something about Dr. Abhay sir. He has also given good thoughts how to what's the difference between China and what's the difference between India, why the patents are very less from India, as well as very patents are very high from China, because we are good in theoretical aspects, but we are a little bit lagging behind in practical aspects. But as I would like to say something about VIT. In VIT, some calculated activities are there, in which we have divided the session in two parts. Every class is divided in two parts. Half of the parts we are going to cover a theoretical section, and half of the part is practically totally devoted towards the practical activity. That's why we have analyzed this thing so far before. That's why nowadays we are created one model that we call as Caltrin model, and our students. That's why our students are best in practical as well as both in theoretical as well as in practical aspect. Now, thanks to all. Now, I would like to invite again Dr. Manasman Mishra sir to say something. Manas sir, thanks.
Yeah, I have already put my views. I request now Gupta sir to share his experience about our student and the project and what exactly he observed and what we can improve in the future years to come. Over to you, sir.
It had been a wonderful experience to listen Mr. Jare. Many of you may not be knowing Mr. Abhay Jare. He is from industries, and he joined government as an additional secretary and a chief information officer, innovation cell. And as he has already explained, that Smart India Hackathon was his brainchild, and he has come up with a lot many things which is being pressed by Government of India as a drive to create creativity, innovations in education system. Unfortunately, our education system, it had gone in a very different stream. Basically, it was captured more for profit making. Here also there will be a lot of profit, but then profit will not be coming from education. Profit will be coming through the creativity, through the innovations. I feel it is a time when we must make mid-course correction, and whosoever is owning educational institution, they must not only invest in infrastructure, but they should invest in incubation center and lot many things. At present, since I am working with the 45 universities, and every day few are joining. So that kind of the phenomenal level we are working, and we have developed our own model, our own philosophy to make it happen. I am in 200% agreement, and I really like his philosophy map. That is the mentor, then your aptitude, and your patience. Rather, I will say patience is not the right word. We should say impatience. Impatience to do anything, make it happen. I am very sure my students must be feeling that impatience in me, because I am impatient about everything. I am not ready to tolerate anything which is not I am not liking. Say, for example, we have constituted one admin team, and I felt that admin team has become obstacle. It's not doing its job. So now I said no, it will not be. It will not be allowed to do the way it is doing. So we should have impatience for all kind of things. Impatience should be for very, very big vision. Mr. Jere has very rightly said, we must think big. I will say other side of the coin. Thinking small is a sin against the person himself, against the individual. He is committing the sin against society. He is committing sin against his nation. And he is committing sin against globe. I am of very considered view. We have not come here in this world for earning livelihood. We have not come here for that. Probably God has sent us with a larger purpose. And let's try to dream what is that large purpose for you have come here. I am very sure my team from all 45 institutes in which VIT is one of the very important institute, and very soon I am sure that VIT Valor Campus will also be a part of us, because whatever we are talking of transforming nation. We are not talking of crime-free India now. Even in this internship, we have created 11 portals. Those portals are they are the basically forums where we can bring all kind of the talents, bring all kind of that research work, all kind of the people, those who are doing the job. I would like to especially bring this thing to the mind of Mr. Abhay Jaire. I am of the very considered view that nothing happens in this cosmos accidentally. Everything is a well thought strategy of cosmos. Now we are talking of this, the ecosystem which has been created by Mr. Abhay Jaire. I think that was to be there so that we can transform our nation. Without that ecosystem, I would have miserably failed. So I would like to bring to his notice that what really we are thinking of, what wonders our student has done. I made a presentation before Director NCRB, and we were talking about automated investigation support system to the railway, and we said that we will detect all offences of railways, and the system is in waiting. One of my foolish colleague, he got my system deleted. So we have to be very sure that there will be a number of the people, those who will be playing like a villain, and they are more really bothered that कि भाई आपकी शर्ट मेरी शर्ट से सफेद क्यों है. Now this is a very big problem in India, that people, rather than thinking big, transforming that big vision into the reality, they are falling in a very, very smart ego. Here I always say what Mr. Sadhguru Vasudev Jaggi says. He says in a galaxy, solar system is a very, very tiny thing. I mean, it's almost very close to non-existing kind of entity. And in that, Earth is still very small. And in Earth, India is very, very small. In India, there's somebody sitting in Bhopal who consider himself very, very big. Now, this ecosystem has to go down. We have to really understand our true relevance in a cosmic environment. Probably we have to understand that we have come here for a divine purpose. Once you will realize the divine purpose, your thinking, your aptitude, everything will change. That's why when we talked about crime-free Bharat, it was not really understood by many of them. I have just posted, and I will share with Mr. Abhay Jaire also. Now, this crime-free Bharat, it is a national police mission. Before that, I created another police mission also, that is called Automated Investigation Support System through GRP, HELP app and other suits. And we said we will detect all the offences of the railway crime, we will make it safe and secure. I have told you the destiny. One of my colleagues, he got it deleted. Then few days back, I met Home Minister. He said, "No, this is very great work, and I will help you, and it will be done. I think in few days probably it will be reinstalled, and then we will be in position to. By now, we could develop a number of the things. So by doing that, we will be making railway absolutely safe and secure. Now, then I went as a DG from railway, DG Railway to DG Homeguard, Civil Defense and Disaster Management, and we created a whole module that is the disaster resilient, not Madhya Pradesh. I said disaster resilient India, and I made presentation before NDMA and everybody, and I think that should have become the model. Basically, no country can have its pride unless it can save its citizen when we are facing natural calamities. And when we talk of the natural calamities, we have to really understand the ferocity of the nature is so much. We are just insignificant before it. So only fool will say, I will fight the natural calamity. The best way to evade natural calamity. So have all kind of the system, learn in advance, assist the population or property which is falling in the line of the natural calamity. Do that, and then come back. And even when we are shifting our population from here to the other location, now we are having n number of event manager. Why we should not have event manager, so that that experience could be converted into an opportunity, a learning opportunity? Because when you are in disaster mode, your body has been programmed that it works most efficiently when it is in emergency. So if we can use this opportunity when everybody is in great shock, they are displaced, they are facing imminent danger of national or disaster, that opportunity, if it could convert it into the learning opportunity, creative opportunity, probably our model says that since everybody is already partner, I have conducted the meeting in all collectorates of Madhya Pradesh. I could geotag all the resources of government of Madhya Pradesh in our system. And we were having a design that our volunteer base will be somewhere around not less than 50 lakh or so. And 50 lakhs means, if we consider the average family size, it means 2.5 crore. That is 1/3 of the population of Madhya Pradesh. That kind of the robust system. But as happens, the few people were jealous, and then there was a untimely abortion, and it is lying where we left it. Though model is still working, but at back end, when I landed over here as a DG police reform, I really construed it as an opportunity. I thought I got a canvas when I can unfold my imagination. So we started talking about crime-free Bharat. Pehle we used to talk crime-free India, but I said no, India something is not really proper. So I said Bharat is the right word instead of India. So now we started saying crime-free Bharat. Crime-free Bharat is a well-thought strategy. It is having 5 elements or 5-pronged strategy. Number 1, it says certainty of reporting and registration of crime. At present, when somebody asks me how many crimes are registered, and say nobody knows how many crimes are not registered, because experience of all of us are really bad. Many people must be approaching you, and many people certainly approach me, that their cases are not being registered, and with my intervention their cases are registered. But why anybody need to know anybody to get their cases registered? Are we living in rule of law, or are we living in anarchy? I would like to tell you that if you report a wrong case, there is a section in IPC that is called 182 read with 212, 211 of IPC. Then the person can be prosecuted for lodging a false FIR and misusing, or it need not to be even FIR, even complaint is good enough. So if you are lodging a complaint with the intent to misuse the authority of a public servant against someone else, this is the exact definition of section 182 of IPC. That is a crime. So when it is a crime, when I am telling a right thing, why my right things are not being registered? And at this point, when my right things are not getting registered, someone else who is already entangled and having some kind of relationship with the police, they are in position to lodge false FIR against people. And sometimes it is being lodged to blackmail them and to put them in the size so that they should surrender before mighty. Now, why it should happen? I will share one thing. This is more for the consumption of Mr. Jerry. In 2017, we joined the National Police Mission, and in which there was a module which we were working. This module was presented by one of our colleagues, Mr. Santosh Mehra. Then he was IG BSF, and then he was additional DG in Telangana. Now he is additional DG in BPRD. So he made a mind-blowing kind of presentation, and I was totally shuddered after listening him. He said, "Ki sir, in BSF, in ITBP, in SSB, we caught the people, those who are crossing and along with the animal and things like that, and we caught criminals along with the property, that is animal, and the people. And along with the DO letter, it is handed over to the police. And police only could register or only registered 8% of offences. So imagine a situation when somebody, a responsible officer with property and with criminal, handing it over to the police, and only in 8% cases offences are being registered. It is a situation which is reflecting breaking, or we cannot say happily say it is a rule of law. I say it is a failure of constitutional machinery, and it is a time when Government of India should consider whether we can invoke Article 356, because whosoever is acquiring power through the Constitution, he is having obligation to comply with that Constitution, and failing which, I think the Constitution has already made provision that such machinery could be demolished, which could be treated as failure of constitutional machinery. That is a time to come. That is kind of the thinking I am having about this. So we came out with the model of 4 strategy. In number 1 was the Thana. In Thana, we are in Madhya Pradesh, all the Thana, they are having the CCTV. So I proposed to put a microphone so that FIR will be registered in a particular place. So there will be a documentary or there will be digital video come audio file which could be attached with our FIR. That is one. Then second, we came out with the 100 number. So we even pushed this point before our Honorable Home Minister, Mr. Narottam Misra ji. And he very gladly accepted it. And now it is a pilot project which is already in action. And very soon we will be enlarging it for whole Madhya Pradesh, whereby the people would be in position to report their offences through 100 number, or we call it a first response vehicle. Then through hackathon and through other projects which the students are working, we could design web portal, we could design chatbot, we could design even apps, and we could design virtual police station. We have very recently, few days back, we saw its demonstration also. Wonderfully, they have done well. Then I have advised them that let's go for other languages also. And I said that let the victim should also be seen along with the police, animated police officer, so that audio video records of that should also be available. AI at the back end is converting into the text, and then we are capturing photo signature. Photo signature means app will be taking your photo at that moment of the time, and that will be encrypted with the date, time, and location stamp, and it will be protected with the hash value, and it will be protected with the blockchain technology. So it will become photo signature. Then we are putting the real optical signature on the screen, and that will also be captured. So it is not uploaded signature, it is captured signature, and there is no question of any hanky-panky, and even at that point of the time, it will be again logged with the date, time, and location stamp. Then we said that we can have Aadhaar-based, OTP-based verification also. Now Aadhaar-based verification is openly available. People read a lot of things as a privacy. That privacy is meant that they will not share their database, but certainly they can provide their services for authentication of your signature. There is no dichotomy in availing this service. This is available for the wide variety of the people. It is available to the police also. So we very categorically said that Aadhaar will not be a compulsory thing, because n number of the people, if they are not having Aadhaar, we cannot deprive them from lodging their FIR. Number one. Number two, they may be foreign nationals. They are not likely to have Aadhaar card. So when they come to India, they have to lodge their FIR. So Aadhaar will not be there. Then we came out with the fourth thing, that is the virtual signature. So our FIR would be having 4 of these capabilities, and then it will be pushed. So here is the answer. Our CCTNS, it was a totally intranet. Nothing can be penetrated. Now we devised one bridge. That bridge is called Citizen Portal. Citizen Portal is connected through the to CCTNS through API, and that is the bridge. So when I made a presentation to my friend who is the director NCRB, so he was highly impressed with my presentation. It was a presentation about automated investigation support system through GRP, Help app, and other apps. So he said, "Sir, why don't you push your FIR to the CCTNS?" So I said, "You are really serious, because I'm having impression that you have closed all the door and you have not kept any door open whereby I can enter into your system." So he said, "Sir, in your Madhya Pradesh also, we are having a citizen portal, and it is true for the other states also. So you can enter into our system, making use of that bridge which is already available to you." Then he formally requested me to submit a proof of concept. Now, with this 5 technology, we are going to say, hey, not one, we are coming with the 5, and this properly extracted FIR, where AI would be putting all kind of sections for that. Even that we have made. So we will come on that little later. Just for your consumption, now we are working with all kind of universities. Agriculture university is working with me. Law university is working with me. Animal husbandry university is working with me. So we are working with n number of institute, n number of things, and we are working with the National Institute of the Forensic Science, Nagpur. We are saying under sky we have to work with everyone, whether they belongs to the software, or they are belonging to the hardware, or they are from sociology, or they are from pure sciences, that is the chemistry, physics, science, or it is from biotechnology. So now, and we are not limiting ourselves to the hardware, software. We are saying we will develop software, we will develop hardware, we will develop processes, we will develop the things so that our things could be done very fast. So if an app can help in getting our research paper published faster, why we should not have it? So now very soon we will be coming with a web portal and app which will be intended, and it will be the part of our already a portal, that is a innovative, creative think tank India. So with this name we have created a portal. I think it is already ready. Now it is question of pushing it to the open. So basically we are not having platform. We were thinking to push it in our platform somewhere. So now we will use the incubation center. I will request Mr. Abhay Jaire that incubation center of the BIT should be supported by you, so that my various projects could get a platform where I can push it. I am 200% confident about it. We will transform this nation. There is absolutely no doubt about it. So using these 5 technologies, we said we will make it sure that your FIR is registered. Then one of my friends said, कि सर क्या आप उन्हीं लोगों की मदद करेंगे जिनके पास स्मार्टफोन है, जिनके पास ये है, उनके पास ये है? व्हाट अबाउट द रूरल पॉपुलेशन? और जिनके पास सब कुछ है उनकी बात तो कोई ना कोई सुन ही लेता है, उनका कोई ना कोई मित्र जो है ना मैथिली शरण ग्रुप जैसा निकल ही जाता है, तो उनकी तो मदद हो ही जाती है सर. व्हाट अबाउट द पीपल दोज हु आर हैविंग नथिंग? I said, hey, so we have designed one IoT device which will be fitted everywhere in the village and that kind of the scenario. You press a button, you can speak through the camera, that will go, and we are basically we are having a plan that all 130 crore people, they will be our either volunteer or observer or stakeholder. Basically, police department has really failed in conveying to the public that each one of us are police officer. The only difference that I am donning uniform and getting salary, and you are in civil dress and you don't get the salary, but responsibility of yours and responsibility of mine, it is the same in the eyes of the law. There is one section called 39 CRPC. I would like to request you as well as my students to go through that. Very recently, I posted these 2 sections in my Bharat channel also, which gives the detail that you are duty one to report if any cognizable crime is happening. Number 1, even if you come to know that somebody is planning to commit such crime, you are supposed to convey even that planning also. If it is happening in front of your eyes, then you are supposed to arrest him also. If any police officer goes and asks for your help, your duty went to help him. And it says further, not only the police, anybody who is the representative of the court or police, if he is going to execute summons of warrant, and if he asks for the help, whole universe is there to help him out, failing which he is committing a crime. There. And this law is little further. In, say, normal crime, the onus is to prove that you are guilty, it is on police. In this, under section 39, onus that you are innocent, it is on citizen. What a wonderful law it is. So now I say, and I ask this question in many of my deliberations, tell me how many police officers are there in India, and everybody bound to fail, because nobody will be saying that we are having 130 crore people. Those who are having the responsibility of the police officer, that they can be legally termed as a police officer. So you, me, and everybody, we are all police officers. No, there's not even a single individual who can say I am not a police officer. And whether you are responsibility, and the law is really too much, even before that citizen duties, this duty or legal duty, it is cast upon by the law on you. I think there's something wrong with my this. I will exit and I will come back.
Gupta sir.
Sorry for this interruption, because my video had gone off. That smart it to go out and then come back. So I have learned it through very hard ways. Many times I manage with my voice alone, but now I manage that no, the video will also come at your service. You have to know how to ride. It's something like riding a horse. So you should know how to ride a horse. So I was talking that in a country when 130 crore people, they are the policemen, how the crime can exist. So we with the help of our these students, we have developed n number of apps whereby we will be integrating almost the whole India, all the citizens, 130 crore people, and we would be serving their niche need, and we will be providing them revenue stream. So in time to come, चाहे वो पटरी वाला हो, चाहे वो रेवड़ी वाला हो, चाहे वो टैक्सी वाला हो, चाहे वो छोटा बिजनेस वाला हो या बड़ा बिजनेस वाला हो, चाहे वो फार्मर हो, everybody will be having some revenue stream which will be coming from us. We would be in position to get into or help them in their niche area. कल हमारा किसान जो है वो उसे अपने घर से बाहर निकलने की जरूरत नहीं है. सबसे बड़ी चीज तो हम उसको जो प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग द बैलेंसिंग एक्ट. बिकॉज हमारा जो किसान है उसके साथ एक बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. उसके साथ प्रॉब्लम ये हो रही है कि वो उसे ये नहीं मालूम है कि उसे क्या बोना चाहिए. पहले उसको जो है ना वैदिक कल्चर और जो ट्रेडिशंस थे वो उसको सिखाते थे कि क्या बोना चाहिए, तो वो अपना क्रॉप रोटेशन करता था. क्रॉप रोटेशन में वो बीच में दाल वगैरह बोता था, और दाल में जो है ना, यू नो दैट इज हैविंग द राइजोम्स, एंड दोस राइजोम्स कैन एक्सट्रैक्ट डायरेक्ट प्रोटीन्स और न्यूट्रिएंट्स, एंड इट कैन बी टेकन टू सॉइल. दैट्स व्हाई यदि आप इफ यू सी दाल के जो जड़ है उसके जड़ में छोटी छोटी नोडल्स होती हैं जिनको राइजोम्स कहते हैं. नाउ व्हाट द राइजोम्स आर डूइंग, नाउ देयर इज अ प्लेंटी ऑफ microbes they have been developed. They can do the similar job. it means microbes can absorb the nutrients directly from open air and can transfer it to earth. So to my mind, they are basically organic factories. So now time has come that we should think absolutely differently. And what I feel, the balancing which was now missing, that we will bring through the technology. So very soon we are taking up the research with the Agriculture University, and in that Agriculture University we would be first of all will find out how many or how much acreage should go for particular crop. And our indicator, our farmers, all farmers will be part of us, because we will make it sure that so much will go to them. They cannot really imagine a situation when they are not part of us. So they have to declare which crop they want to really sow, and our meter will show them still they are in green area. It means they can go ahead with that. If they feel that as per the demand supply calculation, if their acreage is exceeding to the expected level, then that whole scale will turn red, and it will suggest that please go for other crops and you will get the same amount of the benefit out of it, but please don't sow this particular crop. Let's presume still that farmer feels nahi mujhe to yahi lagana hai. Then it will generate that because of some new farmer, he has shown that he wants to do this. So our the supply or the production, it will be exceeding a limit, and thereby we would be our prices will go down. So whether other would like to take this call, and whether they would like to exit from this crop to other crop. So this first option would be providing them that balancing which should come from nature, and since nature and is not providing that, we cannot give this lever to bureaucrats, because we know that if it is given to bureaucrat, there will be rent-seeking behavior. So we do not want anybody to have rent-seeking behavior. Hence, we have given this lever to our technology, and this technology will be sitting right in the community app, and community app for the farmers. So the moment they will declare that this is the crop, our startup will reach to their doorstep with the best quality of the seed at the lowest possible price which any farmer can dream of. Then other startup will go when there is a need of plowing. He will come with the plowing, and then he would be plow his field. Similarly, he will come with a package of organic fertilizers and everything, and he will do all kind of the things. And the organic fertilizer will not be organic fertilizer as we understand today. This will be different kind of organic fertilizer, which will be having not only the gobar, it will be the part of basically your gobar gas plant, and the slurry will come out. Then it will be on the top with the leaves and with microbes and earthworm, and that kind of the rich organic manure. And I will not say it is an organic manure, I will say it will be organic manure plant, which will be planting in the trees, and our student would be conducting annual research how the soil quality is changing. For that, we will be making use of the 10th and 12th students. So now our community app will be one special section would be dedicated for the student of the science stream of the 10th and 12th, so that we can allocate them the task where they are supposed to collect the soil sample, and that soil sample should be uploaded in our system, and a copy should be made available to the farmer, and such a student will also be getting the money. So, and nothing will be charged so far from farmer, nothing. So there's his production input cost will go down. He will get the best output because he is getting everything best as a input. So production is likely to rise at least 10 to 20%, and at the same time production cost will go down. Hence in future our farmers, they will not require any loan. They would not need to commit suicide, and we will be having ample not only the grain but healthy grain. Abhi jo grain hai, it is carrying heavy dose of the chemicals and pesticide, and whosoever is producing, that is getting converted into cancer bowl. Punjab is our wheat oil and rice bowl of country, and now it has become the cancer bowl also. Lot many trains are running from Punjab to the various centers where the treatment is available, because these grains are causing lot of damage. It is very unfortunate. As a human being, we are very greedy people. Seed which is having the variety to, or the basic responsibility of the seed to propagate is a breed, as it is true for sperm. So how selfish are we when we are having a genetically modified seed in which we have terminated the very basic quality and very basic thing of seed? That is the kind of the greed we are having. Think of that scientist. Think of it, the distorted thinking of that scientist. Okay, for getting some benefit so that his seed should be sold, he terminated and he removed the very basic attribute of the seed. So our science would be very holistic. It will be very positive, and whereby we would be providing end-to-end solution, as we have said. And then, thanks to Government of India, they have just revised that is called APFM Act, where now that food grain can be sold anywhere. So our startup would be providing the best prices to the farmer right at their doorstep. They need not to bother or taking their proceed to the mandi, because at present, if you go to mandi, you see that everybody is really ready to suck his blood. Now that kind of the place would not be there. So now imagine a situation when you are providing such kind of end-to-end solution with n number of startup. What kind of development would be taking place? We are thinking of having a startup for each kind of activity. So your resources would be, whether it is a car, whether it is a tractor, whether it's a trolley or whatever others, they all will become the part of the various startup. And this startup will ensure that these equipment should become a regular source of EMI to the owner. So at one end, it will be providing employment to so many people. At the same time, it will be generating revenue for the owner of these machinery equipment, whether it's a tractor, trolley, dumper, or car, or tractor, or trolley, or bus, or truck, whatever it is, including industries. Even we are eyeing to use surplus capacity of industry so that they can create hardware which we intend to create through those industries. So we need not to really plant our industry. We would like that the residual power of industry, by running them 24/7, we can utilize for our purpose. That kind of the vision we are having. So the community, irrespective of the segment it is working, we would be in position to support them end to end. That kind of the app is already in offering. We have already created a lot of nut and bolts, and I am really ready to put it on the record that students of BIT, they have greatly contributed into it. You were talking about the cyber security. One project is dedicated for the cyber security. We have created a mind-boggling concept. Very soon that video would be available here in Crime Free channel. I will request Mr. Abhay Jere, he must see that video, because we are discussing nut and bolt about how that system would be working, and we are saying how we will strengthen it with the providing the physical security. Similarly, we created various forums again with these students, and the student has done marvelously well. One of my team which is working on traffic, they have done wonderfully well. So everyone has done very wonderfully well, whether it is this creative think tank India, or it is a job and services rich India, or it is a green herbal nutrition medicine free India. We are in journey of really transforming our nation, and I desire that in this journey there will be n number of the research paper, n number of the patents. Probably we will be surpassing China, and this will happen in this year itself. We will make it sure that we should be in position to surpass them, because Now, n number of the universities they are joining with little support from Mr. Jere. I think we would be in position to transform the grant situation on ground drastically. I'm not sure Mr. Jere is not really visible to me. I request that if he could be here, I mean, that would have been really better. I will request him to see this video. And then we are talking of other part, that is detection, certainty of detection. So we are creating a smart investigation app. As we are saying from the criminal, doing crime is not an option. So we are saying to the police, doing inferior investigation is not option open to police. So we will be there to support them. For that, our startup will be providing the drone-based investigative support. Our startup would be providing robotic-based investigative support. So we would be in position to help out that poor head constable, poor ASI, and at the same time, we are promising great privacy to our citizens. Because what we understand, lot many raw data which has been acquired through the legal provision of 91 CRPC, it is sometimes compromised at the end of the lower functionary, which may be in the police or maybe in court. But the end result is that sensitive data is falling in the hand of opponents, and that is not really very happy situation. So what he say, that the police wala who has joined this service, he has not joined the service for doing very high technical job. Probably he has come out with a settled at the lower level. He will be doing some kind of the manual kind of the things and doing some kind of the investigation, but he will be doing high profile siren investigation. Probably that was not in the mind when he joined police service. So we are saying, let that complicated part, we will take the responsibility. It will like something like Lord Shankar. तो अमृत तो सब लोगों ने खा लिया, जब जहर की बारी आई तो लोगों में त्रहमाम मच गया कि जहर कहाँ ले जाएं. तो लॉर्ड शंकर ने कहा कि ठीक है, मैं इसको ले जाता हूँ. और लॉर्ड शंकर represent a high degree of the discipline where all adversity can be absorbed by a person, and he is capable to, or having so much of the restraint that he can keep wherever he like. So he did not allow you to go down that highly poisonous substance, and he kept it in his throat, and his throat jana become Neela or blue in color. That's why one of the name of Shankar is Neelkant. So similarly, what we are saying, we will become the Neelkant for the police. Police need not to really do hanky-panky or need not to understand the complex thing. We will understand complex thing, and we will create investigation lead coupled with the compliance module. So we will ensure that compliance should be done, investigation should be done without really putting the raw data in the hand of lower functionaries of the police. Rather, it will not go into the hand of the higher functionaries also. We have contemplated a very high constitutional solution, which is I have already created one bill. The name I have given, that is the National Authority for Scientific and Technical Assistance in Investigation and Detection of Crime, and it has been conceived under the responsibility of Government of India under Entry 65C, List 1 of Schedule 7 of Constitution. So we have to talk not only the technology, we have to talk not only the processes, hardware or software, we have to talk of the law, because whatever we are dreaming, we have to transform into the action, and that is going to happen with the hand of my young friends of the BIT and 45 other universities, and they are, I can see the vibration in them. After detection, we are going for the conviction, where we are providing three certificates which will make our evidence almost infallible. That is a certificate of integrity, certificate of admissibility, and certificate of chain of custody. Generally, these 3 points, they are being exploited by the defense lawyer for defeating us in the court of law. This will not be doable. We will be in position to put n number of infallible evidences in court of law, and the disposal of the cases will also be done very fast. And so there will be certainty of conviction. Then we will use all kind of proactive technologies so that our police will not be reaching after incidents is over. They will be reaching before that, and they will be proactively, dynamically deployed before incidents could take place. So they would be in position to avoid or prevent crime. I'm of the considered view, even with this, we will not be in position to prevent crime. We will not be in position to make our Bharat crime free. Because यदि अपराधियों का पेट खाली है तो वो सिर्फ जेल जाने के लिए अपराध करेंगे, तो उस चीज से बचने के लिए हमें उनके रिहैबिलिटेशन की बात करना सोचना पड़ेगी. जब हम क्रिमिनल्स के रिहैबिलिटेशन की बात कर रहे थे तो दूसरे लोगों ने कहा कि साहब हमने क्या क्राइम किया है, आप हमारे बारे में क्यों नहीं सोचते हैं. तब हमने क्रिमिनल से बढ़ा के उसको 130 करोड़ लोगों की बात कही है. नाउ वी आर सेइंग वी विल मेक अ डिफरेंस इन 130 crore people's life, and this is going to happen in this year itself. Maybe some effect may come within 3 months, some effect may come after 6 months or so, and this will be done by the bright students. Many of them, they will be from BIT. So I would like to really thank the BIT for joining us. I would like that BIT campus Vellore should also join. We are having a very large picture. We have to create the solution which are fitting end to end. So here I little disagree with Mr. Jare that you can be impatient about certain aspect, but that nature does not understand in this way. Nature understand in a full cycle. So everything is cyclic in nature. So big picture must fit in well, and it should have the solution for complete circle. It should provide end-to-end solution. So we are in journey of that solution. I would like to place my appreciation for the work done by my all teams. I might have taken few names here and there, but let me tell you, all of them have done wonderfully well. There had been many occasions when they could effectively surpass my expectation, and then I gradually shifted my expectation a little higher, and that's how the journey is taking place. It's a just wonderful experience. Somewhere we have discussed about various investigating tools, but because of the paucity of the time, we could only create the framework. We could not really divulge or really work in the direction which we are supposed to work because it was a too small period. Now we will be infusing there more energy. We will be infusing the teams from the other institute also, and we will try to fill that gap. Next 45 days would be very, very important, which will ensure the worth of startup. Rather, the startup which we have already conceived, they will now go in a startup section of our innovative, creative India portal, so that the people, those who want to work in those startups, they can also give their view, they can join. So we will be in position to allot them work relating to that portal or relating to that area of where we want to come up with the startup. But I am of the very considered view that we have to understand how the society is functioning. There is a lot of change in the society. Mr. Dean will appreciate me because he is a witness in his own home. Earlier, all kind of the papad used to be made in our home. All kind of the pickles used to be made in your home. All kind of the buddies used to be made in your home. And we used to dry a lot many things, and we used to put it so that they can be used as fresh and without frying them and without really much of the deterioration in the basic attribute of those things. It was done. But earlier we were in a joint family and there was a lot of support system. Now we have moved from joint family to nuclear family, and both husband and wife, they are also working. So there's hardly any time to devote for that. So they would like to purchase everything from market, and now you are saying that हम आपको ज्ञान दे देंगे और आप पूरा शुरू से तक काम करो. ये आज के समय पूरा नहीं हो सकता है. That's why we will come with the startup कि आप जैसे हो आप वैसे ही रहो. हम आपकी जगह पे आपकी सभी आवश्यकताएं पूरी कर देंगे, and then you will be greatly benefited in terms of the positivity. मैं जनरली मिल्क के बारे में बहुत जोर से कई बार बात करता हूँ और मुझे बार बार ये बात लगती है कि मिल्क इज वेरी स्पेशल इंग्रेडिएंट और स्पेशली इन द डाइट ऑफ वेजिटेरियन पीपल. As per the research work which I have undergone and I have seen, it says that 2/3 of milk production, it is either highly adulterated or it is synthetically made and it is carcinogenic in nature. So I mean, we are consuming poison. Here we are not talking of the alpha 1 milk or alpha 2 milk. I am talking of the milk per se. Then we have to say that हमारी जो गाय है वो कृष्ण भगवान वाली गाय है, उनमें hump होता है and that hump is having capacity to create alpha 2 kind of the alpha 2 variety of milk. And now you say that this alpha 2, यदि हम उसको गाय को चारे के साथ साथ ना हर्बल मेडिसिन न्यूट्रिशन ये सब भी देंगे तो वो गाय वो जो दूध है और अमृत तुल्य हो जाएगा. एंड यदि हम उसको मंत्राज और उस तरीके की चीजें भी उसको यदि हम वो इनपुट देते हैं तो मेरे ख्याल से वी विल कंडक्ट द रिसर्च इन दिस फील्ड. आई एम वेरी श्योर इट वुड बी हैविंग some impact in the micro part of that milk, and it will become further very useful for the society. Then from milk we can create ghee and other product. We can जो है and more than milk and milk product, let me tell you ghee that gobar is more important, because if you go mythologically, Lakshmi is sitting in that gobar. So let me close over here, but I am saying almost all India level जो है startup would be coming in milk rich India only. I think around 20-30 startup would be coming over there. When we talk of the 30, we are talking about the national level. If we divide multiply it to the say district level, then multiply with the number of state, then multiply with the number of district and those kind of the things, and that will be the number of startup which will be coming. So once again, I call upon to my students, those who have done really a wonderful job. I am having great appreciation for them. I am very sure my young friends, they must have enjoyed this journey. I hope I have created a larger vision in their mind, and I could feel that lot of energy in them. Then they want to translate it action. I could feel now they are not thinking in terms of the job. They are thinking in terms of the entrepreneurship. Though my friends, those who are instead of going to become an entrepreneur, they want to become or join some MNCs, we will make their CV so rich, they will become a hot cake to be sold in the market, and their salary package will be jumping not less than 3 times or 4 times. That kind of the jump they will be getting, because वो तब तक सोना बन चुके होंगे. So with this जो है I close over here because there is some time limitation. I would like that 1 or 2 minutes, 1 or 2 students may say something, and then probably the certificate distribution could take place, and thanks etc. we can keep them, because I would really like that few students must speak about their experiences, and they can in a minute or 2 they must tell that what they have done and what is their experience and what is their dream now. With this, I would like to close my address, because there's so much to speak. Sometimes I don't understand that क्या कहा जाए क्या ना कहा. I am out of my bound that moment. So I would like to close over here. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, so your ideologies have always inspired us to work harder and think more creative. Moving on, so we have Mr. Rajgopal Singh, who would like to share his experience while being an intern for the MP Police for these 45 days. And after his experience, we'll be revealing the certificate that the students have achieved. So, Mr. Rajgopal Singh, I request you to please take over.
Good afternoon, Honorable DGP sir. Good afternoon, Honorable Manas sir, and Dr. Shishir sir. I would also like to thank Dr. Ajay, Dr. Abhay sir whose kind and motivating words really motivated us to grow on the path and take up the bigger challenges and bigger and to move towards the bigger picture and achieve the bigger picture and bigger goals. Uh, I would also like to thank DGP sir for giving us the opportunity to work with him and to work under him, as he was our mentor for all these 45 days. And the way, sir, you made us aware of the problems that society is going through and what practical and easy solutions taught me DSA. He has always he has always focused how to optimize the real life, how to optimize the real life problem solutions, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful experience of 45 days. I would also like to thank our dean, sir, who has been constantly with us and has supported us for this 45 days, and also my mentor Dr. who has given us the freedom to work with him and also make the idea very clear that how to work on the technical part. At the same time, I would also like to say that for these 45 days we have touched, as our group idea was think tank rich India and innovation rich India. We have touched we have touched many issues like groundwater problem, alpha milk problem, organic rich India, and many such problems have been encountered. And DGP sir has told us the real life solutions and real life problems that can be solved very easily and very by putting very small efforts. And he has also given us one very great example of efforts has been able to achieve so much. So thank you, DGP sir. And I truly will say this, that uh, जो स्टेटमेंट था सर, सबका साथ सबका विकास, वो आप सार्थक करते हैं, क्योंकि सर आप हर डोमेन, हर वॉक ऑफ लाइफ को एक साथ लेके चलते हैं, बी इट एग्रीकल्चर, बी इट साइंस, बी इट सोशियो इकोनॉमिक इश्यूज. Thank you so much, sir, for working with us, and it's an honor to be a part of your team, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Raj. Yes, sir, it's very true. We've had an amazing experience working with you, working under you, sir, and we really look forward to work with you more. Now, I request Ganesh to please display the certificate, the first look of the certificate that we'll be giving away to the interns. So this is the certificate that has been designed, and we're very lucky to have earned this certificate. A big thanks to you, sir. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. Moving on, thank you, Ganesh. We have Miss Priyanka Giri to deliver a vote of thanks in order to close the ceremony. Priyanka, I request you to take over.
Hello everyone. On behalf of EIT Bhopal University, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Abhay Jire, Dr. Anil Kothari, DGP Maithili Sharan Gupta, and Dr. Manas Kumar Mishra, who spared time from their busiest schedules to grace this occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely encourage us in our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. My gratitude to all the speakers for gracing this occasion and sharing their opinions today. A special mention to Dr. Shishir Kumar Shandilya, Dr. Praveen Lalwani, and Dr. Mohit Gupta for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and standing as pillars of strength. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our loving teachers for their untiring efforts. I would also like to thank the people who worked behind the scene to make this event happen. Thanks to our technical arrangements and organizing team. Finally, I would like to thank our students who worked tirelessly to make this project a success. Your days of hard work were evident in your acts. Last but not least, thank you to each one who made this event memorable for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. With this, we conclude today's event, and we would like to congratulate all the interns for completing one full of experience snippet in their lives. Once again, a big thank you to DGP Sir, Dean Sir, and Dr. Shishir Kumar Shandilya, and Praveen Sir for being a constant support for these 45 days. Thank you so much, sir.
Good. Thank you, Ayushi.
Thank you, Ayushi.
Gupta sir, it is a great pleasure to have you, with the student. Motivating teenagers is a big challenge. And great that you pulled it off for 45 days.
Uh,